Hello, welcome back to Let's Run, Shadowrun, Hong Kong. And the Coffee family is having issues. The sons are engaging in questionable activities. The patriarch of the Coffee clan seems more morose than usual. The effect is particularly pronounced because of his massive size and worn granite exterior. He looks like a mountain that has collapsed under its own weight. You returned to us again, Noel. I'm just doing a sweep of the area, looking for trouble. The only trouble here is in my head. My sleep has been disturbed as of late. Bad dreams? As a matter of fact, yes, and to call them bad dreams would be putting it mildly. I don't remember much, and I'm thankful for that, but what I do remember, there was a woman's voice, possibly Ermine's, telling me that I'm not wanted or needed. She urged me to leave by whatever means necessary. I think she wanted me to kill myself. And my boys were there too, only they were young again, but they didn't talk. They just snapped at me, trying to bite me. And their teeth. They had too many teeth, rows upon rows of them, like shark teeth. I don't think I've ever been so scared in my whole life. Is everything alright with Callum and Fred? I don't know. Every time I try to be a father to them, I feel more like I'm anything but. I suppose it's because they're not my little boys anymore, they're grown men now. Wish it weren't the case. They were so much easier to handle and maybe easier to love back when they were just boys. When their dreams were just silly nonsense, but all the more endearing because of it. Now as men, their ambitions frighten me. I worry, but I haven't the first clue on what to do about it. I'd talk to them, but I don't think Callum respects me anymore, and Freddy is in his own little world. Can you believe he's convinced I was a pirate? Henry lets out a sad laugh and just shakes his head. Did you ever have any running pirates? Back in my day, there weren't many true pirates in the waters around here. Bigger ships were too well defended, and the smaller ones were mostly not worth the effort. But as time went on, more and more money poured into Hong Kong. That money attracted more sophisticated criminals, rigged vessels, some of them formerly military, firepower, electronic warfare, trained men. I was mostly lucky. Wu Jing was careful with its ships. They gave a lot of ships escorts in and out of port, in the stretches where pirates were most likely to strike. Anytime we had big assets in tow, they'd send an escort or an air squadron to cover us. We had some light guns on the tugboats, and that was enough. Pirates saw us for what we were, a trouble magnet with nothing worth stealing. There was only one incident, but we won't be talking about that. There are things I don't want my wife and boys to know about this world, or me. I'll leave you be. Okay. Go talk to Ermine. Ermine's probably going to have a lot more emotional issues with her boys. Ermine Coffee cleans and oils the disassembled parts of half a dozen assault rifles spread across a nearby workbench. Her focus borders on obsessive, like a person rubbing her hands raw from excessive washing. I knew it. I just knew it. Knew what? She looked startled by the interruption, as if her words were not meant for other ears. Oh, nothing, it's nothing. Doesn't seem like nothing. She pauses in her work, staring at her hands a moment before finally turning her eyes upward. It's about Callum, and the man he has been in contact with. I know who he is now, and it's not right. Who is he? Someone I worked with at Baihu, a superior. He was a powerful man then. That was over 20 years ago. He has grown even more powerful since, I have no doubt. If he isn't running the Hong Kong branch by now, it won't be long before he is. If that is what he wants. And this is a man who gets what he wants. If he wants Callum, I think I'm going to lose my son. She returns to her work, clearly trying to lose herself. Is Callum all right? For the moment, yes, but I don't know how I can possibly keep him safe. I can't tell him why, but I have to make him understand that he cannot ever see this person, ever. But the closer I try to hold on to him, the quicker my boy seems to slip away. I fear I am driving him straight into the arms of this man. Whatever happens after would be my fault. All my fault. She returns to her work, clearly trying to lose herself in it. I'll leave you be. How much money do I have? 737. I might actually have enough to buy an improvement to this new stuff. Let's take a look. I do not have... Well, you know what? I could sell the clothing I'm wearing and buy that. Ares operative gear would be nice. I do not have enough for any of the pistols. That Remington Room Sweeper, oh, that capacity is so low. Oh, Browning Max Power with a Smart Leak. Ooh, I like the Browning Max Power. Salvet Guardian is a little bit slightly higher cap, but I like the Browning Max Power. That is range combat 4. Oh, I can't use these. Forget the fact that I don't have enough money. I can't use them. Ares Predator. Browning, yeah, I can't use them. Okay, so this would give me the I would like to do a pistol samurai at one point, but not this time. Now, there is a tip on the loading screens that say spend your karma wisely. A jack of all trades is a master of none. Now, to be fair, that proverb's full form is jack of all trades, master of none, still better than master of one. Because it is better, because the idea is that it's better to have a breadth of a lot of knowledge rather than be narrowly good at one thing. That is a philosophy of a differing of opinion, because then you get into the story of the fox with 1,000 tricks and the cat with one trick. If your one trick happens to fail, like there's in the case of the cat, it's I can climb. If your one trick happens to fail, like you're trying to escape something that you can climb to, you're out of luck. But the fox may have difficulty in a lot of different ways that the person with the one big trick doesn't have, but they will still be able to handle things. That, however, is real life and the tabletop game, because the tabletop game is more flexible. Being a jack of all trades on the tabletop game done right is quite effective. You're not going to... You're better off if you have someone who is a specialist, but if you are a jack, you can support a lot of different people. But this is not a tabletop game, this is a computer game. If I start sprinting out my karma too much, and I already have a lot of it put into charisma here, but that's opened a lot of doors. I am very much into the power of charisma as a thing. If you spread out your karma too much, you start to have issues with being effective because the game starts assuming you're going to do other things. So I'm almost maxed out on the cyberware affinity. I'm probably going to get these here, but I'm also most likely going to go into strength for now, for the rest, and close combat. I'm going to be specializing in those a lot. I see, I do have the biotech here, but that helps me in healing. Because this is a game, this is a computer game. It's not as easy to apply flexibility in a computer game as it is on a tabletop game. So a jack of all trades thing will work in some games, but not in others. That said, I believe we have complete... Ooh, as you pass in front of the walled city, something takes hold of your chest and squeezes. An internal ping, like a panic attack, but worse. You feel your chest compress for a second. The world turns to liquid. It takes all the effort you can to muster to keep from falling over. A strobing patchwork of images flashes before your eyes, fragments of dream and sense memory all stitched together. Playing on a loop in your head, the walled city residents kneeling, the churning sound of grinding gears, leaning buildings, soiled streets, used needles on a sidewalk. The image comes faster and faster. Teeth, thousands and thousands of teeth. The Redmond Barons, the first man you ever saw killed. A crown of ivory over a shimmering veil. Duncan at age 10, his legs pumping, running for his life from a pack of Halloweeners. Strange anatomy that doesn't make sense to your logical mind. A door, a heavy industrial door. Something is written on it in faded yellow paint, but you can't make it out. And just like that, the slideshow ends. The images fade to nothing, returning you to the Hayoi streets. The outermost facade of the walled city towers over you, huge and oppressive. A group of Kindly Chang's blue lanterns pass you by, oblivious to the event that just took place in your head. Try to walk it off. You take a step, then another. You still feel woozy, but you don't need to take a knee. The event, whatever it was, is over. Your mind is your own. Oh, that's pleasant. Okay. So, geomantic sabotage, kidnap Rooster Low. Let's see. Let me check a look at something here. Forget what that one is. I'd have to go back and read it. I don't want to walk all the way back. Ares facility. Renraku. You know what? I want to take care of these older ones that aren't the character ones first. And then we can probably bundle up all the character ones in one go towards the end. Let's travel to the Wujing Sky Tower to commit geomantic sabotage. You can come with me. You can come with me. Who else do we want to take with? Yeah, let's proprietary combat techniques deadly with blade, tooth, and claw. Let's bring Duncan. Let's bring the standard crew. Confirm. Yes. You know what? Actually, we're supposed to do a major thing too. I probably should have brought the ghoul. Bad key. The subway flies over the tracks toward Aberdeen. Monsoon humidity clings to your skin as if it's followed you from Haoi. Or perhaps it's simply sunk this far into the earth, penetrating stone and machine, browsing the acrid smells of Hong Kong's underground in its wake. You've been handed a promising job, a geomantic sabotage, with a single objective: disrupt the flow of Wujing Qi to destabilize the corporation. Your client is especially keen on the idea of Wujing's famed geomancy being used against it, the ultimate humiliation. While the corporation office spaces are free game, the main target is Wujing's treasured lotus statue, which resides within a temple on the topmost floor of the monolithic building. Your client's instructions are clear: the more damage you do, the worse key and the better the payoff. The better the pay. So what we have to do is we have to do a lot of big impact things. Oh dear, what is this? That's a mummy spirit totem? I'll carry it. I'll carry it. Required spirit summoning 1. So the only person who can carry it is Gobbet. Oops, it's going to go in items. Okay. And armor 2. Confirm. We'll give Isabel the bliss. She doesn't need strength all that much. I suppose I could have traded out the team. There was a thing there for team. Interesting. The subterranean accessway opens to one of the Wujing Sky Tower's few employee-only entrances. As the underground access points to Wujing's restricted levels, the only underground access point to Wujing's restricted levels, security is tight. It's unheard of for unauthorized personnel to reach the upper levels. Naturally, that's where you're heading. Gobbet presses a slip of laminated plastic into your hand. A grainy black and white reproduction of your own face stares back at you. The rest of the card is filled with a barcode. She leans in to whisper into your ear. Kindly want you to have this. Spoofed credentials, fresh off Maximum Law's card printer. These should get you past the front door. Wouldn't count on them getting us much further, though. I guess that the client said something about other ways to bypass the check-in system inside the building, but he didn't go into specific. Kindly had some choice words about that, but whatever, we'll find a way past security. Almost on cue, a sturdy Wujing security officer peers up at you from behind his desk console. Evening, ma'am. Swipe yourself in. He gestures to the ID scanner in front of him. Swipe the spoofed credentials. He looks at this console, then back at you. His eyebrows rise as he observes your company. You realize your credentials only allow you access through floor 10, right? Of course, I have new credentials with guest privileges waiting for me inside. That's why I'm here, to pick them up. Yay, charisma! Yay, charisma! Hint here, Shadowrun, the more you can avoid... Combat is fun and all, but it can be very deadly and it can be expensive because you have to replace the medical gear. The more you can avoid combat, the better. And I should be... Yeah, anyway. Right, go ahead, grab your new creds at the check-in terminal. Have a good night, ma'am. Okay. So, employees only beyond this point. Open door. Security guard. Let's explore around a little bit first. Guard watches you with suspicion as you approach. You seem confused, ma'am. Something I can help you with? Yeah, I need to get into the maintenance room. Are you with maintenance? Are you telling me that after my 9 years of working here, you don't recognize me? What kind of half-cracked guard is Wujing hiring these days? Guard hastily scans your face. I don't... Please forgive me, ma'am. Just let me see your ID and I'll let you through. The problem with that is he's now taking a very close look at your face, and he'll be able to remember it easier. Fine, we'll do this the long way. Give spoofed ID. This doesn't give you access to our maintenance facilities. If you're with another Wujing maintenance crew, your ID won't work here. Only in your jurisdiction. I can't let you through. Okay. What is this? Security checkpoint. That's locked. Stern-looking security officer flanked by 2 burly guards greets you. His listless words roll into each other. Good evening. We apologize for the inconvenience, but you must check in at Wujing Terminal before you can use the elevators. Okay, that could go bad. So let's wait on that a little bit. There's the employees only thing. Before I do that, let's go employee check-in. Ooh. Welcome to Wujing employee check-in station. Kick the bottom panel and start yanking out wires. Swift kick knocks over loose panel, allows your fingers to slip into the exposed panel. A few tugs and rips, and there is a decent amount of sparks coming off the terminal. Things appear to be operational, but the damage is certainly conspicuous. Matrix jack point. Have Isabel jack in. Okay, yeah. I don't have any extra programs or anything. This will be interesting. I should have brought the, oh right, the new and improved... Well, that is a troublesome path route there. Okay. Got it. Where do I want to go? I want to go here. That should be safe. Yep. Now I want to go here. Uh-oh. Traces up can go up to 200. That was a mistake. I did not... Oh well. Okay. Missed. Oh, I see what's going on. Oh wow, there's a lot of missing going on. And now they're going to move. And plus 20 trace. Good. Try that again. Good. Missed. Great. Okay. Trace is up to 600. Good. Did I use up my assassin there? I think I did. Hack blocker ice. So we get to play Simon. Here we go. Get as many of these as possible. Let's try again. Okay. Start again. Next, because we're running out of time. That worked. Heat suppression routine. We're in combat. And because we're in combat, we're going to bring these out. Tar Blaster, Medic, Sniffer, Suppression, which I can't do yet because I spent all my stuff. Okay, that's a lot of suppression though. Let's see. Sniffer. We'll do Sniffer. On you. And as we get into more Matrix combat, I'm going to go ahead and move on. See you in a moment. This is the next video, where we have legitimate Matrix combat. Talk to you then.